they're covering your life too, and you're living your life, and you can't stop your life even though sports is happening. So even though I'm, playing in my 23rd year, I have a freshman in high school that's playing football too.
There's been a lot of speculation over why Tom Brady just disappeared for 11 days during preseason. Now, obviously it's preseason and Tom Brady doesn't necessarily need it, but when you consider the fact that he missed 11 days of training camp as well, obviously it was a cause for concern. Now, we made a video about this a few days ago, and I want to give you guys a disclaimer. There's a lot of speculation going on here. Tom Brady is one of, if not the most popular athlete in all of America, so obviously when he takes 11 days off, some people are going to obsess over what actually went down behind the scenes. So I just wanted to put it out there. There's a ton of speculation. We don't know how true these articles are, but he did address what went down in a podcast, which when Tom Brady goes onto a podcast and addresses what's going down, then that's something that we could take seriously. So before we get to the content, we're doing cash giveaways on my Twitter account. All you have to do is follow me and retweet this tweet. There's only like 300 retweets, so there's a pretty good chance you could win some money off of me. And now that we get all that out of the way, break! Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? So on Friday we dropped a video that I was very unsure of. It made a lot of sense to me. I'm not really familiar with the source, but it was still something that we put out there, and it seems like we're getting additional verification for it. So the article was by Page 6 saying trouble in paradise. Tom Brady and Giselle are in an epic fight. There's been trouble in the Tom Brady and Giselle paradise. Multiple sources tell Page 6 exclusively. The model has left their family compound in Tampa, Florida for Costa Rica following a series of heated arguments over Tom Brady's shock decision to unretire from the NFL while he has remained behind for team training. So the reason we're bringing that part up again is because we have a little bit of an update for you there, but for those of you guys that missed it, the article cited like two more important things, saying Tom and Giselle are in a fight right now, saying that this has happened before, but they've always reunited in the past. This comes after Tom Brady missed 11 days of training in August, and when he was quizzed about his disappearance, this is what he had to say. And bear in mind, his appearance kind of just looks like he's absolutely exhausted and a little malnourished, but this was his response to the situation.
It's all personal, everyone's got different situations they're dealing with, so we all have really unique challenges to our life. I'm 45 years old, man. There's a lot of shit going on, so you just gotta try to figure out life the best you can.
The article continues to say that there's been trouble in the marriage over his decision to unretire. Giselle has always been the one with the kids. They had agreed he would retire to focus on the family. Then he changed his mind. So as a result, Tom Brady has this understanding that he needs to step it up as a dad. Not that he was a bad dad, but in terms of his responsibilities, he feels like the balance in terms of football and family and other personal matters were kind of just not there. From Giselle's point of view, we mentioned in the previous video, and this is something that I also forgot to mention, which I'm glad that I could correct my mistake here, is one, she's a very accomplished woman that was doing a ton of stuff before having a family with Tom Brady. I mean, I think she has her own modeling agency, but I know for a fact that not only does she make significantly more money than Tom Brady does, but she's also very involved in philanthropy in addition to being a freaking mom, which props to Giselle for being a superwoman. And Tom Brady even said in the Howard Stern show that he didn't feel like he was doing his part 2 years ago. So this has been a recurring theme. Tom Brady mentioning that he feels like he needs to step it up as a family man. And I'm not saying that he's a bad family man, but this is clearly a man that takes his responsibilities really seriously. And on the Let's Go podcast, he addressed the situation even further amidst the speculation that him and Giselle are going through some stuff.
Yeah, I think there's a good difference. I think for all of us, as you get older, life changes quite a bit. I think there's different responsibilities that take form in your life. There's different perspective you gain. When I was 25, all I did was think about football. That was my life. It was eat, sleep, drink, football, because it was my profession. It was my career. And then over time, other priorities develop because, you change and evolve through life and you grow in different ways. So, you take on these different responsibilities of family and commitment and so forth. And, you commit time and energy to those things. So even though once at 25, was I a good football player? Then yeah, I was pretty good. I think I'm a better football player now, obviously. That also comes with a lot of other aspects aspects of life that continue to change because it is your life. And I think I alluded to a few weeks ago, everyone deals with different things in their life. You play out on a big stage. There's a big camera that's always on you. You're living your life, but you're living your sports life too. And they're covering sports, but they're covering your life too. And you're living your life, and you can't stop your life even though sports is happening. So even though I'm playing in my 23rd year, I have a freshman in high school that's playing football too. I have, a 12-year-old that's going through his life. I have a 9-year-old that's going through her life. So, and I have parents, and I have, a lot of things that are really important, off-field pursuits and goals that you're trying to maximize as well. So, we all have different things that are going on. And I think once football season comes, I really lock in on what I need to do and how I need to focus and the kind of commitment I need to make for the organization so that we can maximize our potential as a team. And that's the commitment I've always made. And I've tried to do that in the best way possible and try to bring as much joy as I can to the people that are watching. I never felt like I ever wanted to cheat anyone with that.
So there appears to be more to this podcast, but I think there's one thing that Tom Brady, which props to him, he's trying to do it all, trying to be a good dad. He realizes that he needs to try to spend time with his family a bit more, which great props to him. He realizes the commitment it takes to be excellent as a father and excellent as a football player and excellent as just an overall family man. There are people that are counting on him, and he realizes that, and he takes it very seriously, to his credit. The one lesson you could take away from this is I'm sure there are times where you vaguely heard that individuals need to make sacrifices to make their dreams come true. And this is one of those things. I mean, you don't win the amount of Super Bowls that Tom Brady has won by being able to make every single family event. You don't achieve that level of excellence that he's been able to achieve by taking yourself away from football towards something else. And I'm not saying that's the right thing to do, but in order to be excellent at anything, there are moments where you need to make that sacrifice. I don't mean to compare myself to Tom Brady because you can't even make that comparison, but in terms of this job, there's been multiple events, multiple social events that I've missed. There's been times where I've been completely deprived of sleep, yet I've showed up to work because there's content that needed to be made, and I understand that there's people that have been depending on me. Obviously, not the same, clearly not the same, but once I realized that myself, I was able to reach a specific level that I've been chasing for years. So obviously he's starting to understand that, and the fact that he came back and realized that, hey, I have a son in high school, hey, I have a mom, I have a dad, I have a wife that wants me at home, whether it's for her wanting to spend time with me or whether it's for her wanting me to take care of the kids so she could pursue her own interests. And major props to Tom Brady for realizing this, which kind of makes me think that this is without a doubt going to be his final season no matter what. But there's more to this podcast.
I don't think life is always, the ultimate joy. I don't think life is always the ultimate pain. I don't think life's the ultimate struggle. I don't think life's the ultimate happiness. I think your life ebbs and flows through, the clouds and through the sun and through the rain and through the beautiful days, and you appreciate the moments and you find joy in the little things. And, you find that, like I said, what has football always brought me? Memories, relationships. That's the most important thing that's always come out of it. I've developed incredible relationships with people professionally. It's allowed me to experience things in life I could never have imagined. It's allowed me to reach really deep into who I am as a person and to sacrifice, commitment, determination, dedication, and, trying to take care of myself in the best way possible over a long period of time. And it's a lot. I think what's different now that I'm 45, it's a huge commitment to take care of myself physically, much different than when I was 25. And my routine is great, but at the same time, it requires time and energy and focus. So, all those things change over time. And, I spoke with my dad the other day. So all you can do is the best you can do with the circumstances that are presented in front of you. And I think that's a great way about life. I've learned from a lot of people over the course of my life. My dad's been a huge influence on my life. I have a lot of great friends, and, you wake up every day, you do the best you could do. That's what life's all about.
Shout out to the podcast, man. It's a remarkable listen. It's only like 30 minutes long. So if you guys missed it, make sure you catch it. But for the most part, the one thing I really appreciate about Tom Brady, and it might be a symptom of just aging in general, is just how self-aware he is about his circumstances and his situation, knowing what needs to be done in order to achieve a specific result, and just the overall appreciation and gratitude he's had for the life he's experienced. I have genuine appreciation for him being so open about this particular challenge in his life, and I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to figure it out and everything's going to go well, and he's probably going to dominate the NFL this upcoming season. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this. I had to bring you guys this Tom Brady update the moment I found out about it. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.